Next, yeah. So next important calculation is alligation method of calculation. We have seen two type of calculations in the Pradaka. One we have seen isotonic calculation. One we have seen child dose calculation. In isotonic calculations, we learned how to adjust the tonicity using two techniques. One is freeze point adjustment method, and other one is molecular weight adjustment method. In freeze point adjustment method, we are using 0.52 minus A by B is the formula. 0.52 stands for 0.52 stands for freezing point of the plasma, and A stands for freezing point of the solution which we prepared. The solution which we are supposed to be adjusting the isotonicity. And B stands for freezing point of 1% weight the volume of solution which we are adding to adjust the isotonicity. Like for example, it can be boric acid, it can be sodium chloride, and blah blah blah. So this formula should be remembered. Second important thing should be remembered and manaku given values low freezing point of 1% is given. If in question 0.5% is given, we'll depreciate the value by multiplying the given freezing point with 0.5. If the freezing point in the question is given 1.5, then we will appreciate the value by multiplying the given freezing point with 1.5. If it's given only 1%, then we'll take directly freezing points. This is the important key point to be remembered. Next important point to be remembered, what is the important point? Is freezing point of sodium chloride should also be remembered. What is the freezing point of sodium chloride? Yes, 0.576. Yes. Point. వచ్చి మాట్లాడమని వాళ్ళ డాడీకి మన ప్రాబ్లం ఉంటుంది రేపు డిస్కంటిన్యూ చేయమండి ప్రాబ్లం ఉంటే మనం వచ్చి మాట్లాడమని రేపు డిస్కంటిన్యూ చేయమండి ఏంటి ప్రాబ్లం లెట్ హిమ్ గో టు హెల్ప్ ఓకే అండి సో now the next important type of calculation is alligation method of calculation. Don't call them, leave him. Don't call him, leave him. Second call huh? Let him go to hell. The alligation method law, we are adjusting the alcoholic percentages, right? So let's see this. Hi, sir. Please take care of that girl. Second year. Yeah. So you see, first this is required percentage. This is the strong percentage. This is the weak percentage. And the formula here is required percentage minus weak percentage, required strong percentage minus required percentage. So, for example, see the volume of 95% alcohol required to prepare 600 ml of 70% alcohol is given question. What is the volume of 90%, 95% alcohol required to prepare 600 ml of 70%? Right? So required percentage is 70%. Stronger percent is 95. Weaker percent is not given, so I'll take water, that is 0. So how we will prepare? We will write C. Required is 70%, weaker is 0, stronger is 95. Now here we can take stronger minus required, means here stronger minus required means 95 minus 70, and here required minus weaker means 95 minus 0. This is how we are going to take. We will see the examples, then you will understand. First, write down this one, right? Into the formula. First, Majhalo required percentage, final right side stronger, left side weaker percentage, and Kindandi required minus weaker, here stronger minus required. Note down the formula. Without noting it down, it's difficult. Required percentage, here stronger percentage, here weaker percentage, here required minus weaker, strong minus weaker. This is the formula. Okay, for example, 30% alcohol is given, 20% alcohol is given, asking you to calculate 90% alcohol. So required percentage entante ikkada 90 I will add, stronger I will add 30, weaker I will add 20. So how much weaker should be taken? Ante stronger minus required. Ante stronger is 90 minus required is, sorry, stronger is 30 minus required is 90. Here weaker, required minus weaker. It means required is 90 minus weaker is 20. Ante strong value enta తీసుకోవాలి, how many parts? It is 70 parts. అంతేనా 80 90, yeah. And ఇది 30 90 minus 30 అంటే 60 parts తీసుకోవాలి. 60 parts of 20% alcohol, 70 parts of 30% alcohol will give me the 90% alcohol. If you see with examples, you will understand clearly. Let's jump into the examples. Write down the first question here. Entidandi, calculate the volume of 95% alcohol required to prepare 600 ml 70% alcohol. Right? So now you can clearly see the picture. See, మనం అనుకున్నట్టు ఇక్కడ రాసింది, what is the required percentage? 70 కదండి according to question. అసలు మీరు క్వశ్చన్ రాసుకున్నారా? రాయలేదు. See, what is the question? Calculate the volume of 95% alcohol required to calculate 70%. So 70% required మధ్యలో పెట్టుకున్నాను. Stronger 95 one side, weaker water కాబట్టి 0 I kept, right? So now I am using the formula required percentage, ఇక్కడ stronger percentage, ఇక్కడ weaker percentage, here required minus stronger, here required minus weaker percentage, right? So required is 70, stronger is 95, weaker is 0. So how much weaker percentage to be taken? 95 minus 70, that is 25 parts. Now ikkadandi required minus weaker, so 70 is required minus weaker is 0, that is 70. So 70 parts of alcohol and 25 parts of water mixed cheste, I will get 70 parts of 95% alcohol. Got it? So 70 parts of 95% alcohol and 25 parts of water will produce the percentage. If the 600 ml అని ఇచ్చాడు కదండి, so I'll add 600 into 70 by 95 will give me the required volume also. Volume రావాలంటే ఇక్కడ ఏం చేయాలి? Given volume into required percentage by total parts add చేయాలి. Total parts ఎంతండి? 95 plus 0. So 95 parts. So I got 600 into 70 by 95 ante 442 ml of 95% alcohol. 157 ml of 25%. I mean, yeah, 155 ml of water. Okay, see, I am repeating this one so that you will understand again. Question, what is given in the question is, he is asking you to calculate 600 ml of alcohol, concentration 70% from 95%. So given percentage is 95, or stronger percentage is 95, weaker percentage ఇవ్వలేదు, so I am adding water. So 95% alcohol and water mix చేసి I need to prepare 70% of 600 ml alcohol. So given is 95%. Want to prepare 70% weight by volume. So how you will prepare? Use the alligation method. So required percentage 70, stronger 95, weaker 0. So like this. What you are doing? Stronger minus required. 75, 70, 95 minus 70, you got 25. So this is 25 parts of water you are taking. Next, it weaker minus required. So 0 minus 70 is 70. So 70 parts of 95% alcohol తీసుకోవాలి. So 70 parts of 95% alcohol, 25 parts of water are mixed together to get 70% alcohol. The percent is okay. How to calculate the volume? So he is asking to calculate 600 ml. So 600 ml of 70% ఎలా తీసుకోవాలి అంటే the thing is 600 ml into 70% by 95 parts, total parts, will give me the volume of alcohol to be taken. 95% alcohol ante 442 ml 95% alcohol తీసుకోవాలండి. Then 600 ml into 25 by total parts. 95 parts will give me the 157.90 ml of water. So ఈ రెండు మిక్స్ చేస్తే I will get 600 ml of 70% alcohol. So we will do some more problems so that you will understand. So required percentage should be kept in the middle, stronger on the right side, weaker on the left side. And how much weaker should be taken? Required minus stronger. How much stronger should be taken? Required minus weaker. That's the formula. So Sarah, it is stronger side kada. So stronger enta తీసుకోవాలి, weaker minus required. Weaker enta తీసుకోవాలి, stronger minus required. This is what done to make the percentages of alcohol. Let's see the next example, next calculation. You're understanding or you're not understanding?
Understanding, sir.
Thank you. Next problem. కొంచెం కాంప్లికేషన్ అవుతుందండి దీంట్లో. We're slightly changing the problem. You can see that. Now, indaka just given 1%. Just they gave just 95% alcohol and asked you to calculate 70% in last problem. And they asked you to calculate 600 ml. So మీరు ఏం చేశారు? You took 70% in the required middle. Here water 0% alcohol, and you took here stronger alcohol. Then you done 95 minus 70 చేశారు. You got 25 parts. 70 minus 0 చేశారు. You got 70 parts. So 70 parts of 95% alcohol, 25 parts of water తీసుకున్నారు. Then 600 ml లో ఏం చేశారు? 600 ml into 70 by 95 total parts cheste amount of 95% alcohol to be taken you got. Then you have done 600 into 25 by 95 to get water to be taken. Now the question changed. Now more number of alcohols are given. Now you can see given concentrations are 70% alcohol, 60% alcohol, 40% alcohol, 30% alcohol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are given. 70%, 60%, 40%, 30%. They're asking you to mix all this together to get 50% of alcohol. See the complication, right? So what you're doing, required concentration is taken in the middle. What is the required concentration? 50%. So I'm taking 50% in the middle, right? Stronger ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి 70, 60, 40, 30. So I'll take here 70, 60, 40, 30. Now I will do this. Required minus stronger. 70 minus 50, 20. So I'm going to take 20 parts of 30% alcohol. Then Andy, 60 minus 50, 10. So 10 parts of 40% alcohol. Then Andy, 40 minus 50, 10. So 10 parts of 60% alcohol. Then Andy, 50 minus 30, 20. So 20 parts of 70% alcohol was taken. See here. I will draw it on the white paper so that you will understand. Question note చేసుకున్నారా అండి? 70 parts, 60 parts, 70%, 60%, 40%, 30%. Right? So let me share you the fresh paper. Can you see the white sheet on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can somebody give me the question? ఏమేం పార్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయండి? Yes, Swati. 70% ఇచ్చాడా? 70%. ఇంకా కమాన్ క్వశ్చన్ చెప్పండి, నాకు కనిపిస్తలేదండి. నేను పెయింట్ ఓపెన్ చేశాను. నేనే చూసుకుంటానండి. వస్తుంది రేపు. అయ్యో. Yeah. 70, 60, 40, 30. 70 parts, 60%. Yeah. So 70%, 60%, 40%, 30%. ఇవన్నీ కలిపి ఎంత చేయాలంటున్నాడండి? 50% చేయమంటున్నాడు. సో ఎలా చేయాలి? ఫస్ట్ ఇవ్వండి 70 మైనస్ 50 ఎంత? 20 parts of 30% alcohol. Next student. 30 minus 50. ఎంత? 30 minus 50. 20 parts of 70% alcohol. Next, 40 minus 50. How much is this? 10 parts of 60% alcohol. Next, 60 minus 50. 10 parts of 40% alcohol. Okay. So, ఇలా dotted lines పెట్టుకోండి, అర్థమైతే. 70% alcohol is taken 20 parts. 60% alcohol is taken 10 parts. 40% alcohol is taken 10 parts. 30% alcohol is taken 20 parts. So to make 50% alcohol from 70, 60, 40, 30, what you will take? You will take 20 parts of 70% alcohol, 10 parts of 60% alcohol, 10 parts of 40% alcohol, and 20 parts of 30% alcohol mixed together to get 50% alcohol. Got it? Stronger minus weaker?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now a slight change in the question. Now if he is asking you to prepare this 50% 100 ml, ఏం చేస్తారండి? 100 ml into first ఏది తీసుకోవాలి? 70 కదా. So ఎలా చేస్తావు 70% by number of parts. Any parts in the total 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 by 60 చేస్తే వచ్చిన వాల్యూమ్ ఆఫ్ 70% ఆల్కహాల్ షుడ్ బి టేకెన్. నెక్స్ట్ 60% 100 ml అంటే 100 ml into 60 by సారీ 100 ml into 10 number of parts by total number of parts. ఇక్కడ 20, ఇక్కడ 100 into 10 by 60, 100 into 20 by 60 చేస్తే you will get 100 ml of 50% alcohol కి ఎంత తీసుకోవాలి. How to cross check? By adding those parts. చేసి చూడండి. ఫస్ట్ ఇది 100 into 20 by 60, 100 into 20 by 60 how much? 100 into 20 ఎంతరా 2000 by 60.
33. Answer.
అమ్మా yeah
33.
33.33 ml of 70% alcohol. 33.33 ml plus 10 parts. 100 into 10 by 60. 16.66. అంతేనా? So 16.66 ml of 60% alcohol. Again same 16.66 ml of 40% alcohol and 33.33 ml of 30% alcohol. ఇప్పుడు ఈ నాలుగిటిని మిక్స్ చేస్తే 100 ml వస్తుందా చూడండి. అలా వస్తేనే యువర్ ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ కరెక్ట్. సో 33.33 ప్లస్ 33.33 ప్లస్ 16.66 plus 16.66, 99.98, right? So it means your answer is correct. So to make 100 ml of 50% alcohol, mixing 70%, 60%, 40%, 30%, what you should do? 33.33 ml of 70% alcohol, 16.66 ml of 10% alcohol, 16.66 ml of 40% alcohol, 33.33% of 30 ml alcohol mixed together will give me 100 ml of 50% alcohol. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. Now, let's see the next question. See, మనం చేసింది 20 parts, 10 parts, 10 parts, 20 parts. Got it? Okay. Now, next very important question. Slight complication here. What he's asking, calculate the volume of each 90%, 60%, 30%, and the water required to produce 500 ml of 50% alcohol. Got it? Now, let me take again. Yeah. So question was already shared in your so this is the last question of today's calculation. Displacement value we will see tomorrow. మళ్ళీ మీరు సాచురేట్ అయిపోతే కష్టం నాకేంటి నేను చెప్తా కానీ సో ద క్వశ్చన్ లో ఏమి ఇచ్చాడండి దే గేవ్ 90%, 60%, 30%, and the water ante 0% you are taking, right? These are the given percentages and he'll asking you to calculate 50% alcohol. So how you will calculate 90 minus 50? Entandi 40 parts of water. Next 60 minus 50. Entandi 60 minus 50. 10 parts of 30%. Then 30 minus 50. 20 parts. 0 minus 50. 50 parts.
50 parts. 50.
Yeah. So Now have a look. See, 90% alcohol ఎంత తీసుకోవాలి 50 parts.
50
60%
parts.
alcohol ఎంత తీసుకోవాలండి 20 parts.
20 parts.
30% alcohol 10 parts.
10
Water
parts.
40 parts.
40 parts.
Done. So how you will write? In order to make 50% alcohol, you will take 50 parts of 90%, 20 parts of 60%, 10 parts of 30%, and 40 parts of water mixed together to get 50% alcohol. Can you get the question అవ్వట్లేదు? He is asking you to calculate 500 ml. So నేను ఏం చేయాలండి 500 ml into 50 parts first 90% కోసం by total number of parts చేయండి 50 plus 20 70 plus 10 80
70.
plus 40
Yes. 120.
120. So 500 into 50 by 120. Chalo fast. Five hundred into 50 by 120.
3.
It's 208.33.
208.
So 208.33 ml of 90% alcohol should be taken. ఇది 90%. Okay అండి. Next 60% ఎంత ఉంది 20 parts. 20 into 50 by 120.
20 into
Sorry. 20 into 50 ఎందుకు అవుతుందండి 500 into 20 by 120. Extremely sorry. So what we are going to do here? Volume is
83.2.
yeah, very good. Volume is 500. So 500 into parts is 20 parts by 120. Yeah, ఎంత వచ్చిందండి
80.
Yeah, 83.33.
33.
83.33. Next student, and 83.33 ml of 60% alcohol తీసుకుంటాం. Next ఏంటండి again 10 parts. So 600 into 10 by
33.33.
very good. So 500 into 10 by 30. Others also should do. ఎంత వచ్చిందండి 166
156, sir.
yeah into 10 by sorry why 30 it's 120 yeah I'm
Yes,
extremely
sir.
sorry right total parts కదండి నేను కూడా 120 right so divided by 120 is 41.6 ml then 500 into
Yes, sir.
10 parts that is 5000 divided by 120 parts 41.66 ml and the last one is only 40 parts so 500 into 40 by 120
136 points.
1.166 kada
Yes, sir.
so 166.66 ml now please add all these things 208.33 plus 83.33 plus 41.66 plus 166.66 499.98 so all parts clear so అంటే ఏం చేయాలండి 90% alcohol is taken 208 ml 60% alcohol is taken 83.33 ml yeah and 30% alcohol is taken 41.66 ml and water to be taken is 166.66 ml mixed together to get 50% 500 ml alcohol got it
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So please take a screenshot. Yeah. So book loans కూడా షేర్ చేస్తాను చూడండి. సో మనం చేసింది మొత్తం కరెక్టా రాదా జస్ట్ చెక్ ఇట్ అవుట్. ఉందా అండి చూడండి. 90 minus 50 చేశాడా? 40. 60 minus 50 10 parts. 30 minus 50 20 parts. 0 minus 50 50. So 50 parts of 90% alcohol, 20 parts of 60%, 10 parts of 30%, 40 parts of water. అన్ని కలిసి ఎన్ని పార్ట్స్ అవుతున్నాయండి? 120 parts.
120 parts.
సో నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి? 120 parts తర్వాత టోటల్ ఇది క్యాలిక్యులేషన్. సో టోటల్ 500 ml into 50 by 120.
120.
Yeah, so 208.33 ml వచ్చింది. నెక్స్ట్
Yes.
యా ఇదే కదా. యా సో నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ జంప్ అయింది. ఎనీహౌ సో అన్ని కలిపితే మనకు టోటల్ 500 parts వస్తాయి. Problem will be solved. Okay, so this is alligation method. So in next class we'll discuss proof spirit calculation and we will discuss displacement value calculations. Okay, so I hope you understood this calculation part. So alligation method we have seen, then we have seen isotonic calculation in today's class. Okay, so that's it for today's class. I'll upload the recorded class also, so please careful and in ichina material lo questions unnayandi already, please practice those questions. And today you will not have anatomy class, you will have chemistry class. Practice these problems, very very important.